Hello again. Back with some more Valiant Thor facts. Or let's say Frank Ernest Strange's facts, right? Since we all know now that Valiant Thor is Frank Ernest Strange's. Well, we have to say was because unfortunately the man passed away in 2008. Alright, well, here's something I want you guys to know today, okay? I want to show you guys how you have a lot of people that promotes the Valiant Thor story or the Van Tassel story or the Howard Menger story, and you know what? It's sad that even though these people know the truth that those were hoaxes, it's sad that they still continue to promote them as fact. And this happened to be one of the lady out there. I mean, her name is Paola Harris. She's very well known in that field, of the UFO alien field. And, you know, listen, if you know something is a hoax, why not just let it be what it is? Don't try to promote it as something that it's not, okay? I want you guys to pay attention to what she's saying right now. She's talking about Howard Menger in this next clip. And just take a listen.
Survivor to do a meditation by the rock at midnight, and I'll talk about this now. The White Sands incident, Daniel Fry, he was a physicist at White Sands, crash landed in the 50s, told to get a book.
Let's push a little forward.
Assisted these people from Venus to come here and to see how we lived. And he also, in his book, what struck me is they cooperated with him so much, and you'll see the pictures of this. They were vegetarian. Most of the...
All right, listen. Before I let this go on and you guys can see a little more of this, I mean, you can catch this on YouTube yourselves. It's called the Space Brothers Movement, UFOs and ET's Visitations. And you guys can see, but the reason I'm showing this is because I disagree completely how, for instance, let me give you an example. She says that Howard Menger spoke to these human beings, right? But then, Howard Menger shows in his book, like I told you guys before, the photographs you see, they're blurry and they're dark. And obviously these Venusians, as she claimed they were, right? They were shy of clearly Howard's camera, but not August C. Roberts' camera, right? Okay, and as far as being vegetarians, listen, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that, you know, if it technically, if we were to eat vegetables and fruits on this planet, we would better off be healthy. You know what I mean? So we basically could live a little longer because, of course, fact is that, you know, when you stuff yourself with pork and steak and all that stuff and it goes in your arteries and you're using salt and all that stuff, listen, I don't care. I'm doing all that, so I don't really care about, you know, nutrition and all this shit in terms of, you know, eating that way. Because we're all going to die regardless of how we're looking at it. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about diets and all that. I'm here to talk about Valiant Thor, right? Alright, so let's continue. And another thing I want to say is you don't have to be an alien to want to eat vegetables and fruits. Okay? So let's stop with the nonsense that, hey, they were Venusians and they're Martians and that's all they eat is, you know, vegetables and fruits. Come on, please, okay?
Human type aliens only eat fruits and vegetables, and they gave him pods of fruit, which he analyzed in New Jersey, because I have part of the Wendell Stevens, I have access to part of the Wendell Stevens archive, which has the photos of the fruit pods and the labs he sent them to. And these photos were taken by August Roberts, who's a very, very famous historian, photographer then, and followed...
Yeah, a very famous photographer, all right. Let's say he's a very famous con artist himself, okay? Because as I told you guys that August C. Roberts worked with, of course, one of the biggest hoaxers in their time, with 1950s, of course, was Gray Barker, who was the owner at the time of the Solsarian Bulletin. So as I told you guys before, August C. Roberts worked for Gray Barker, you know, the Solsarian Bulletin, from 1953 all the way down till 1961. Okay, then of course Jim Mosley, who later on took over, you know, he bought it out or whatever, and of course August C. Roberts knew all these guys. He was friends with these guys, and see, it gets me really upset because I know that August C. Roberts, okay, they give him credit for all these photographs that he have shown us, right? But they don't tell you that the mass majority of those photographs that he has are all fake. You know, he's falsifying pictures to make people believe that these are real events of UFOs and stuff like that. So just pay attention, guys. That's all I'm trying to tell you, man.
These cases. Why are you would we be interested in this?
Let's move a little forward here.
Especially at the very end, the being said, you people don't live very long. You need to keep your blood alkaline from the government. He was invited to work on propulsion system in Colorado Springs.
Now, I want to say real quick, of course, she was talking about Howard Menger, and because he was able to make these UFO models. Okay, you guys will see it too on YouTube. All you got to do is look Howard Menger, and you would see that he created these UFO models. You'll see one behind him when he's talking. It's a big one. I think it describes the size in his book. I can't quote it right now because I don't have the stuff in front of me. I would have to look it up on my laptop, but right now I'm not doing that. But anyways, that showed me that Howard Menger, okay, he made more than one of those models. And these things were able to fly like a drone, basically, you know. So he was able to make them go up and fly. So I can imagine that he had more than one. And this was 1951 that he built the first one. And we will have to say that within that time frame, pay attention to how he said that, you know, he started being even more popular around 1955, 56, excuse me, 57, 58, and on all the way down, right? And because people saw UFOs at his farm from a distance, never up close, no landing or any of that bull crap, simply because, of course, these are these drone models, UFO drone models is how I'm calling them, and that's what people saw at his farm. Yes, they will see the lights, no shit, because obviously he's making it seem so that they that are at his farm can believe that they are real UFOs, right? Then you can see how supposedly people went to his farm, and like I told you guys before, okay, that these people that went to his farm and saw these so-called alien from a distance, never from up close. Ask the question, why, guys? Why? Why, if you having these experiences with these so-called human-looking beings that are not from Earth, and they're from our solar system, or whatever solar system or galaxy they're from, why not show the people up front? Okay? So that's why I keep telling you guys, if Valiant Thor was real, which of course you all know now that it's fake, because I showed you guys the photograph that I have of Frank, and to show you that of course that is Frank as a young man, and he went to Howard Menger's UFO alien conference, and you know, it's just funny how these people, man, they make these lectures to get money. That's all it's all about. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about their pockets. You know what I'm saying? And what they can do to fool you further. You know, they'll pull you away from the man behind the curtain. Ah, not me. I'm trying to reveal the man behind the curtain. Whether it be the Valiant Thor story, like I just did, the Howard Menger story, the great George Van Tassel, all these guys. Come on, please, guys. Now, the fact that some of these guys have, the military background, that doesn't mean shit, okay? Because for me, basically, some of these guys, they're used that as I would have to say, as a suggestive method to make you believe that just because they were in the military, that they're telling the truth. Come on, guys. Cut the fucking shit, okay? That doesn't mean that they're telling the truth about aliens and all this other stuff. I already told you guys, in case new people are on these videos of mine watching it, I do believe that extraterrestrial beings do exist, yes. Okay? I have my own belief where I don't believe that our supreme God, as everyone think in a religious sense, is this high superior being, mystical. I think that our God or gods are an advanced race of humans. Yes. Yes. That's what I believe. Okay? And, but I still believe that there's people on this earth that go as far as just lying, So let's continue real quick.
Had machines and propulsion system machines where he created a UFO, if you study this book, that went over 2 state lines, ended up in Pennsylvania. But that caused a problem.
Did you guys just hear what she said, right? Which, of course, is in Howard Menger's book. It's From Outer Space to You. I have it, like I told you guys already. And yes, his model drone, UFO drone, as I call it, was able to travel that far. Now, you see what I'm getting at, people? You see what I'm getting at? Again, the year was 1951 where he began to create it. Okay? So from that year forward, all this UFO bullcrap have been happening around his home, right? Oh yeah, and as far as the blonde from when he was 10 years old, I think that's a load of crap. I think he lied, of course, about that. It was just more to gain people's attention to the matter of UFO and aliens, right? Okay, let's continue here, man.
So they said, you work for us instead. When things got out of hand, Howard had it up to here. He denied his story, and that's why there's Howard and Connie, and it wasn't the hippie times yet. So he interacted with these people. Next, okay. These are some amazing photos that come from the...
Listen, they're not amazing photos, okay? You will see this, obviously, clearly in the book. And these are supposedly 2 Venusian friends of Howard. And, of course, why they gotta be blurred and you can't see who they are, right? I personally believe these are 2 models that he made, right, in a large size with fluorescent paint on it. And obviously that's what you see. Because if August C. Roberts can take clear photos, supposedly, of human-looking Venusians, who I already told you are not Venusians at all, but anyways, you know what I mean, guys. And then you look at the other photo where you have Howard Menger standing with Connie Menger and, of course, some so-called Venusian alien again, and they decide not to show themselves again because they're too shy of the camera, so they have to show themselves in a very fluorescent looking way, right? But we all have to believe in that load of crap.
Wendell Stevens archive that were taken from the Howard Menger story, and there's the 2 people, and there's Howard, and you can see Howard and Connie, and he's got his arm around one of them, and these are black and white photos, and on the right-hand side is a fruit.
You know what? It's kind of sad how she says he has his arm around one of them. How in the fuck does he have his arm around one of them? As you can see, he does not. Alright? because you can see his arm. If he had his arm around the so-called entity or being, wouldn't you see his arm around the being? So you would see his arm, right? Some people are fucking straight stupid, man. It just gets me so upset.
That he had processed. I have the actual lab he sent it to, because I have 100 of these photos, and I have the actual lab that he sent it to in New Jersey to be analyzed. So he did the right thing. And there's a moon rock house in Highbridge, New Jersey. Now we're going to go into Valiant Thor. Okay, that's the house of Howard Menger. Howard is with the dark glasses on the left. I wonder if the pointer works for this thing.
All right. Pay attention to what she's going to say about this photo. All right. You guys already know I have this photo. I've showed you guys. This is the real conference that Howard Menger, okay, did. And as you can see, he's right there with his wife, Rose, at the time. That was before the Connie Menger days. You know, before he married her, of course, in May 26th of 1958. So anyways, pay attention to what she's saying. Now, like I said, this is the real conference right here. That's Frank Ernest Strange's right there, who everyone think is some Venusian called Valiant Thor. You know, and like I said, you know, that's supposedly be the lady. As you can see, the far right there, supposed to be Tanya, right? But she's way up there. Come on, man. All right, anyways, let's continue.
Okay. Anyway, can we go back one? Can we go back one?
Now, before I continue of putting Paola Harris talking again right there, that clip that she's doing. Listen, watch what she says, guys, when she says, well, they wouldn't be wearing a suit there. But right here, as you can see, there's a guy wearing a suit right there. I'm going to show you more when she finished talking about, you know, these Venusians didn't know how to dress because you wouldn't wear a suit there. That didn't make no sense that she said that, because clearly then that man is a Venusian too. Oh, he's wearing a suit. You know? Then watch. There's more people besides Frank and his buddy and others, and you'll see. Anyways, you'll see what I mean.
All right, there it is. Go back one. Is it just program? No. That group that was in yeah, there we go. There's Howard. This is his first right.
All right. As you can see also, that guy right there in between Don Thor and Mr. Frank there, Valiant Thor, right? So you can see he has a suit too, so I guess he's a Venusian too. Then if we look at that guy right there, he's a Venusian too, because he got a suit on too. Just listen to what she's going to say. She's going to say it.
That's why I don't understand. I want to go there. I was telling Jennifer, can I go there? I just want to go to where this was. In Highbridge. It's in New Jersey. Why are people going there? This is the group he connected with. But August Roberts, who took this picture, and he took a lot of pictures, was told there were 3 aliens sitting in the group. And that Howard told him, I'm not going to tell you who they are, because they would be insulted.
Now, guys, you see what I'm saying? All right. Clearly, you know she lied right there. She's going to mention that part that I just told you guys about they wouldn't wear a suit there. But listen, when she said that Howard Menger told August C. Roberts to pick the Venusians that are in the crowd, okay, and then take photographs, that doesn't make no sense at all. I'm sorry. Because, let's say, if I'm the photographer and you tell me, okay, go take a picture of who you believe are the Venusians. It could have been anybody in that particular crowd, okay? And so she didn't make sense when she just said that, because of all the people that were sitting there at the conference, any one of them could have been known as a Venusian, right? Okay, say it with me. Yes. Okay, there we go. So let's continue.
You got to find them by yourself. And so, look at who we have here.
You got to find it by yourself.
Valiant Thor, right?
It's funny that Howard Menger never said that, as I already told you guys, okay? He never, ever said that because he never mentioned anyone by the name of Valiant Thor.
Here. I always say these guys don't know how to dress. They dress in suits. They don't know how to mix in, but they're not mixing in because you wouldn't wear a suit here.
Hey, you guys heard it? Did you guys hear it, man? She said you wouldn't wear a suit here at that conference, but yet I just showed you guys that there's other people besides Valiant Thor and his buddies and, you know, in suits, right? Oh my God. Sometimes these people just crack me up how they just continue with these lies. Let me show you, okay. Hey, it's our buddy, Valiant Thor. How the hell are you? How the hell are you, Valiant Thor? You know? And that's the thing about people. This is a photograph of Frank Ernest Strange's, okay? I've already showed you guys this to prove that the Valiant Thor story is a hoax. And I'm talking to anybody who's out there promoting this as fact, whether you on a radio show, a television show, Craig Campobasso, Julie Strangers, Paola Harris, and anyone else out there that's trying to claim that this story is true, you're a liar. This story is not true. The story is a hoax. As you can clearly see, that is Frank right in front of your face that you're looking at. Frank Ernest Stranges. Okay, at the Bible Institute College. And he's with his classmates. Okay? Right here. That's his classmates. As you can see, he's sitting right over here. That's him right there. Okay, and that's his classmates. I swear, man, it's sad how people just go so far as to pretend that this story is real. I'm sure you guys are out there saying, wow, this guy's serious with this. Of course I'm serious with this. I knew that the Valiant Thor story didn't make sense. Okay? Even if I didn't gain this information that I got, you still can see that that story didn't make no sense. A high-ranking official is going to go to a citizen, you know, a normal civilian. Hey, just come on into the Pentagon. I don't care. I'm in charge here, you know. Hey, I got high clearance, so I'm just going to bring you, okay, normal citizen, to come inside a high restricted area because I said so. That's not the way things work, people. And if you think that that really happened, like I said, you guys are dumb, man. You know? There's something wrong with you indeed, guys. Frank Ernest Stranges, if you notice, he was good with his words. So he was easy to con people. And it worked. Didn't he study psychology? He was a student of psychology. Okay? He was able to manipulate people with his words. With his background. His religious background. Because, of course, he went to theology school. There you go, right in front of you. Okay, I just showed you. Not only that, he was a private investigator, which he said he knew about fingerprints and all this other good stuff. But you see, all he did was create his own little story, like people in the 1950s. There were other people, Howard Menger and other people were claiming to be Venusians too. There were other people out there in back in those times. And I'm sure there's people now in 2017 still saying that they're not from this planet. Okay, that they're saying they're Venusians or Martians or from Saturn or some fucking galaxy far away from here, but yet they can't provide any solid evidence to prove their claim. But then, there's some stupid people out there that are gonna believe these idiots. Because that's what they do. They believe in these people that show no proof, no type of solid evidence, like a video with demonstrations of these people performing these, you know, unhumanly things. Like I said, if it was me, I'd be doing this in person. So all you guys can see this is real. Don't take it from me. Shit, I would have them meet you face to face. I would argue with these beings. I don't care. Listen. But do these people argue that? No. All they keep saying is, oh, I saw this. Oh, I was abducted. Oh, shut the fuck up. I'm sick of it. Okay? All you guys want to do out there is write books. Because that's all it really is. You want to write books on bullshit that you know you're going to get by on these idiots out there that don't even ask for fucking facts. But then, when people like me starts getting stuff and proving stuff, then you guys saying, oh, he's a hater. Oh, this guy is just out to get this guy. Oh, this guy has no facts. Really? So now I'm a bad person because I'm trying to show you guys out there about these stories that are a bunch of bullcrap. Okay, because that's what they are. If I had these experiences, and I'm sure if some of you smart people out there know, if you had these same experiences that these people claim, you would say the same thing I'm saying, which is you show solid evidence of this claim. Not these bullshit photographs from the 50s and you keep going around lectures showing the same fucking photographs and expect me to believe that. Come on, man. And that's what I mean. Frank Ernest Strangers exactly did that. He used the same photographs of the 1950s of him being in Howard Menger's home in the UFO alien conference. That's what he did. Okay? Yeah, and then he said, oh, well, Agassi Roberts is the one that gave me these photographs. As if he's some special guy that Agassi Roberts was working for him or something. You know what I'm saying? Of all people, he gives the pictures to Frank, but not the host, who's Howard Menger. Right? You will expect that if these photographs would be taken, like I said, I believe those were taken for Gray Barker. Okay? The Salsarian Press or Bulletin. But, again, Frank knew these people. He knew what he was doing. He ain't stupid. So then he writes his own story. He promotes his own story. He publishes his own book in 1967 with his own church company. Wake up, people. It's not like some real publishing company gave him the rights or reviews on his book and said, oh, this is truthful. Oh, this is great. No, because he knew better. He knew better. And that's why he published his own book, because he figures these real publishers are not going to accept that book as fact. And of course it ain't. But of course, Frank pushed it as fact. And you people out there believe it. And I'm showing you Valiant Thor right now. This is Frank. As you can see, it's Frank. Frank's original hair color is brown. You guys can look it up. Alright? The man did not have black hair. He had brown hair. He changed his hair color to black. Okay? Because, of course, if he left his natural hair color, which is brown, then it would have messed up the whole story of Valiant Thor. Right? It would have went right out the window. Because he said Valiant Thor's hair was wavy and brown. Now, if you guys pay attention, did you see Frank's hair is wavy, right? Wow, people, you're fucking so blind out there, man. It's sad. It's sad that you can allow these people to pull curtains right over your eyes, man. Like I said, I'm here to reveal the man behind the curtain. Not to hide the guy who's behind the curtain of this big story of a Venusian. There's so many Venusians. Shit, I'm a Venusian too, then I might as well say, right? Because I'm sure if I start saying I'm a Venusian, people will believe it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. You even got people to this day saying they're human hybrids. You know, they're alien-human hybrids. It's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Grow the fuck up, people. You know? We need to stop this shit. We need to stop these individuals that promote bullcrap. It's false. Now, if you like the story of Valiant Thor, I said, I like the story the way it is, yes. As fiction, because that's what it is, fiction. But to go ahead and say that this story is fact, no, it is not fact. As I'm showing you Valiant Thor right now, Frank Ernest Strange is right there. And you guys can see, that's him. Look it up yourselves, and you see this ain't me. I didn't make this shit up. You know? Because I'm sure soon people are going to be like, that's not Frank. Yes, it is. Why would I show you a photograph of someone else if it ain't Frank, dummies? I told you guys, I've been investigating this story for over 5 years. Alright? And what I was doing is saving the best for last. So while I was working you guys up to how I got to this point here, this is what I revealed, the man behind the curtain. And that was Frank Ernest Strange's. Alright? So people can say what they want. Again, Howard Menger never mentioned anyone by the name of Valiant Thor. Never. He never mentioned anybody by that name. You would think that he would years later in his lectures or something. Or even when his wife, why not his wife Connie? Why not George Van Tassel? Why not anyone who was sitting at that conference when Howard Menger was there, telling them of these so-called Venusians, right? No, but Frank Ernest Strange happened to be the only man to come out and say about some alien at Howard Menger's home. That is so funny. But yet he tells you that he lived in Irvington, New Jersey when this event took place. But yet, he's a man of loving the UFO alien conference stuff, you know, and since 1945 of what he says. And I don't know, I just find it funny that this man didn't attend. He's 40 miles away from this big event of a local celebrity named Howard Menger in New Jersey. Okay? And he didn't attend. Yeah, right. You guys already saw him. He's writing down notes. And that's him right there. Valiant Thor. Frank. Okay? Because it doesn't make sense that you have an alien being writing notes if you have an IQ of 1200. That doesn't make no goddamn sense. No alien being needs to sit down and jot notes. Especially if they have great high Q. You know? And as far as all these languages, okay, that's another thing. Frank Ernest Strange did know a couple languages, guys. So, you know, see, he incorporated that into his story as well. That this being knew different languages as well, you know. Do I believe that the real extraterrestrials may have different languages? Why not? I think so, yeah. I think so. It's a possibility. I don't rule it out. Anything is possible, you know. But when it comes to this story, that's why if you guys see, I'm really deeply involved in this story because I'm sick of people promoting it as a fact. It's not a fact. Yeah, I know I wasn't there, but as you can clearly see, that's Frank Ernest Strange's. Yeah, Valiant Thor. If you want me to call him Valiant Thor, that's him right there. Okay? Same face, guys. Same face. It's the same guy. So I know they're going to try to say, that's not him, that's not him, that's not him. All these people that do lectures on the Valiant Thor story are going to say that's not him. Yes, it is. Okay? All August C. Roberts was known for was taking photographs, was falsifying photographs, okay? I already told you guys in my videos. And if you notice, there's some, what appeared to be, when it comes to Frank, of course, he tried to change his face. You can see there's disturbances in the photos, and some disturbances. And of course, at one point, you can clearly see that that's Frank when he's sitting with the newspaper and the note that he's writing, because there's a newspaper in his hand. Like I already told you guys, there's a 1956 newspaper. It's called the Sunday News. It was 10 cents. Yes, I know that goes all the way to, I think, 1958. All right? But that was not the case. That just goes to show you guys that he was there, Howard Menger's home, and he was taking notes. That's what he was doing. And because it's almost like he was preparing for this time now, where, all right, I see where he goes here, I see where he goes here, I see where he goes here, and then he used it. But not only did he use Howard Menger's story, he also used the George Adamski, because Adamski said that the Venusian named Orthon, who he, of course, had sketch of, and not a real photograph or any demonstration videos or any kind of... I don't know, man. All I can say is you guys can continue to believe this crap. I'm showing you clearly this is Frank Ernest Strange as Valiant Thor. And as far as how tall Frank is, clearly, guys, he's not gonna say the same size as Valiant Thor. Okay, so if you guys are ready to tell me, well, they're not the same height. Oh, well, he weighed 185. Well, he weighed about 2. No shit! Frank already aged, guys. He has a little weight on him, obviously, years later. But right here, he's a young man. You can say he was about 185, yeah. 6 feet tall. Well, again, I don't know his real height, but I believe that the reason he gave a different height for Valiant Thor, just like he did with the hair color thing, because he was trying to take your attention away from the man behind the curtain. That'd be him, okay? Because like I told you, his natural hair color is brown. That's exactly what his natural hair color was brown. He changed it to black. I want someone out there to prove me wrong. I have the documented proof. Okay? Go ahead. Show me. Where you can show me that this man I'm showing you right here in the camera, that it's not Frank Ernest Strange, it's Valiant Thor. Show me that's not him. I challenge anybody out there that can tell me this is not Frank Ernest Strange as I'm looking at. I challenge anybody to tell me and show me that his natural hair color was not brown. I challenge you. Let's go. That's what I got to say. So for anyone out there, I ask that you guys give me your opinions, thoughts. I want to hear some. You know what I'm saying? That's what my comments below is all about. You know, give me some thoughts of how you feel about this. You know, did you think this was a hoax? Did you think this was real? Did you believe I'm full of shit? Just give me something. Tell me something. I want to hear it from you guys out there. Because I'm sure there's plenty of more you lovers of Valiant Thor out there that didn't get to see this. And now you do. I am the man to reveal the man behind the curtain. Because I don't see no one doing what I did. No one has did this. Simply because there's other people out there that say, oh, the story is too hard to look into, or, it's too many discrepancies. And no, it's so simple. It was Frank the whole time. This is Frank Ernest Strange's Valiant Thor. And as far as the Phil Snyder Valiant Thor, that's a bunch of load of crap also. I already told you guys that in my videos. And the reason I don't really talk about the Phil Snyder Valiant Thor is because I know it's fake. So what's the point? Everyone believes more in this one, the Frank Ernest Strange's story, than the Phil Snyder story in terms of Valiant Thor. It's just because I already told y'all. Listen to all there is of Phil Snyder when he's referring to this Valiant Thor that he met, okay? And you guys can see he contradicts himself big time, many times. Who the fuck cares how many lung the dude had, or or who cares? Why not ask the being questions if you really met this person like he claimed, right? First thing you do is ask questions. Well, anyways, guys, I think I'm going to close this and let you guys decide for yourself. Again, if you feel that you need to write down your thoughts, write them down on me, man. Comment section down there. I need to see what you guys believe out there. Do you guys think that I'm full of it? Or do you guys think that Frank Ernest Strangers, Howard Menger, Gray Barker, Jim Mosley, George Van Tassel, George Adamski, Daniel Fry, do you believe all these guys were telling the truth? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. So until next time, guys, I see you. Hey, Frank, how the hell are you? How you doing, Valiant Thor? How the hell are you? Valiant Thor!